All right, everyone. I have Christina here. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to chat with you today.
Hi, thanks for having me. This beautiful Monday.
Yes, it is a beautiful Monday. And yeah, we're so excited to have you here. And
Thank you so
uh,
much.
you have quite an impressive background. So I would love to kind of hear more about, maybe some inspiration you had. Like, did you always love makeup as a little girl? Like, kind of break down like how you got into this industry.
I loved always, I liked beautiful environments. My mom always had our house like beautiful. There was flowers and candles and music playing. And so I've always been pretty visual. And I liked playing, like, I was pretty much a tomboy, but I liked froofy girl stuff too. So I would practice on my cousins and my friends, and then started doing like weddings and proms, and then to photo shoots, and then it led to uh, getting enough images together to get an A. And that's when I was really blessed to start working with different celebrities and different fashion houses, and then I started my own line a long,
Wow.
long time ago. So yeah.
That's impressive. And it's so cool. Like I love that you practice on family. Like it is such a cool thing when you because I think a lot of people they're searching for what they're passionate about or
Mhm.
they're always wondering like, okay, well, is this going to be my thing, right? And it's like
Right.
it's kind of like I call it like I don't know, like the American dream, but also I can tell when people are passionate about something. Like I can feel like the energy
I
and
know.
it's
Absolutely.
I totally get that from you too, and it is really inspiring just hearing your story and really like you were
Thank
so
you.
into it, and it's like you're working with celebrities, you have your pretty girl makeup line, like it's really really impressive, and I just love it. So I would love to kind of know a little bit about like, do you have like a most memorable interaction or like something that you were working on that you were like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to do this.
Well, I mean, it's always exciting every time, and my agent and tell me that I have a new celebrity or I'm going to be in a magazine. That thrill doesn't ever leave me. I am in Miami right now because I just about 7 weeks ago, my oldest client, Tyler Florence, he's a celebrity chef, he is in his 17th season the Great Food Truck Race. And so we started in Houston and we went to Galveston, Lake Charles, Biloxi. We went to Alabama, all through the Gulf Coast, and we ended up in Miami. And then in between that, I went and worked at the Super Bowl for a week with Nickelodeon, and I did makeup for SpongeBob and Rick, and then also for the two Dylans that were hosting the Super Bowl show. So that was super fun. So
Wow.
it's always different, and I like that. It doesn't get boring. It's exciting. It's always a thrill, and I like working with a team. Just the whole team that I worked with the Great Grace. Everyone was just so professional and nice and positive. It was just a great experience, and it's the second that I've gone with him to do that.
Oh, that's
There's been
awesome.
other times my kids were younger and stuff, and I couldn't really go, but this time I had it. It was great, so it was fun.
Wow.
So I don't like what other, like, working with Hilary Swank, Rita Moreno,
Mm,
different athletes. It's really interesting, and it's fun. It's like you get to be. Oh, it's like I get to be you. I get to
yeah.
have them in my chair, and we just sometimes we have great conversations, and then other times I have to respect their need for quiet and privacy and just do my. So you have to kind of read each client and see what they need at that particular moment, and you literally 30 seconds to figure it out.
Right, right.
I
Because they
usually start, yeah, like you're like, okay, you never want to overstep, and you want them to really be in a good headspace when they get in front of the camera. So some they want silence, and then other times they want to chat, and it just depends.
right,
So,
right. Yeah, I think too. So I actually have my cosmetology license. I don't do that right now, but
oh, okay,
I have it, so I can completely relate. Like, like you said, when someone gets in your chair, or like even if like you're cooking for someone, you're like, okay, what is the vibe today? Like, what are they feeling when they
what
sit in
is their vibe?
right, like kind of feeling out like, do they want to talk? Do they want to just be silent and kind of quiet? And like that's like their zen time. So it's always
Yeah,
interesting, like to see like, okay, well, what is this person wanting or needing at this time? I think that's
yes,
I think that's important. I think that's actually important for so many relationships because
In life, you just
life
kind of have to know timing is everything. And sometimes you need to know when is a good time to bring something up or not bring something up. But I
100.
also start with like aromatherapy and hand massage to just kind of get them in a good mood. Sometimes if they have a headache or they're tired, massage just kind of triggers them to breathe and just to kind of feel a little bit better. They always love that. So we
Mm.
do that. And then I, do start with the skincare and then, make sure all their imperfections are perfect.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That must be like so relaxing too for them to like kind of get a new experience. Cause if I'm being honest, I've never heard of someone doing that. So that kind of sets
That's
you.
true. Most people don't do that. And so you know, I get, I think a lot of clients love that I do that and they look forward to it. So I think it's a nice thing. And also it kind of connects you. Like if you have a new client and sometimes they're guarded or no, it's just sometimes a little, that just kind of breaks the ice and the barrier because it feels so nice. And then they're like, oh, I don't care what you're doing to them.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. I love that. Now, if you had to choose three products that you couldn't live without, what would they be?
Mm, okay. Well, obviously, from a skin care perspective or a makeup.
Uh, Either one. I would say
Okay,
both.
let's start with skincare. Um, Vitamin C serum, sunscreen, and a heavy face oil. I love those. And then from a makeup perspective, I would definitely say concealer and mascara and eyeshadows. Because with eyeshadows, I fill in brows, I can use it for liners and shadows. So that
Ooh.
would be my three.
Oh, I love that. No, because I always find it so fascinating. So I'm a TikTok girly lately. Like I've just been on there like crazy, and I have been seeing so many interesting things, and it really inspires me. So I
Yes,
my makeup, I've been super into skincare lately. Like it's just, I'm in my
your
early.
skin looks fantastic, by the way.
Oh, thank you. That is
It's
the
glowing and fresh and dewy. It looks
that is
amazing.
the best compliment you could have ever given me. So thank you so much. But yeah, like I have just been, well, like I said, I'm in my early 30s, so I'm like kind of at the point where I'm like, okay, the 20s, the being in the sun,
The
Janae
abuse.
shouldn't have done that.
Yes,
So it's really important to me to like make sure my skin is looking nice, and obviously it makes you feel good, right? Even if I have no makeup on,
definitely.
I got my skincare on, I can go out, hang out, whatever. But I just think it's so critical to feel good and like
I
what
talk about that a lot. Like I'm also a beauty expert on NBC on California Live, and we do a lot of things of the inside out, whether it be, different ways to hydrate. Most people are severely hydrated, and water is literally everything. But also what you ingest, your food. I drink a lot of fruits and I eat a lot of vegetables, and I just really, it's important what you put into your body. It reflects on how your skin looks, how your eyes look, how you sleep. And so, balance is everything. You need to have, need to make sure that you're exercising, that you're sleeping. We need, oh my gosh, people don't get enough sleep, and it really is important. And being happy and laughing. It, when you see someone that has love in their heart and their eyes and it's infectious and people want to be around that. No one wants to be around doom and gloom and negativity. So
I love that.
it's all the different things that, bring you joy in life.
Right, right. Yeah, and yeah, I would say I'm such an optimist in life and just like always looking at the good things and the positive, and even if there's a bad situation, like okay, well, how can we make this better? Or like what's
Yes,
the worst thing that can happen? And I think that's kind of what I preach on my podcast all the time is like enjoy yourself, have fun, no matter what it is. Like one of my values is always have fun. I don't care what I'm doing. If it's something not fun, I'm gonna bring fun into it. And like it sounds like
totally. You
you,
can laugh. I mean, some ridiculous debacles that happen in life are just comedy. They're material for comedy. Like, okay, this is so crazy. And one thing that I've learned, and it was such an interesting quote that I saw. We often say, why do these things happen to me? Sometimes they're happening for you. And when I heard that, I thought, oh, wow, that's really powerful. If you think about that, like, sometimes I don't believe in failures. I believe in lessons, right? And so I think if you're going through life and, you know, to me, a failure is being stagnant and just complaining the misery, what you don't like, you know, what's wrong. Do something different. And people are like, oh, well, what if I fail? The failure is just sitting in that muck. So
Right.
if you can get into a place where, you know, I'm going down the road and I've set a goal and I'm going towards that goal. Well, there's a bump in the road, which inevitably there always are. Then sometimes you just go, oh, okay, I need to turn left instead of turning right. And know that it happened for you, not to you. And
I
so
love.
it made it so different. I mean, if you don't like your job, change it. And if that doesn't work out, change it again. There's nothing wrong with that. And thinking about it, like, just take the word failure out of your vocabulary. Figure
Love that.
out, just call that a bump, or you're riding a wave.
Yeah, because I think people are so afraid to fail. That's why people don't do a lot of things and take those
Right.
actions or really crazy things that they're like, oh my God, I could never imagine doing that. And that's why people, I think, they don't try them. But in reality, if you try them, like you said, something happens, it's life. Like, keep it moving and
Right.
take that as a
Keep it doing it. And sometimes it leads to something else. So, you know,
totally.
I've always been a makeup artist and I'm a CE girl, and I'm actually starting a new company called I'm Too Busy Skincare and Makeup. And
Ooh.
my friend Berlin, almost 2 years ago now, asked me to be a beauty expert on California Live NBC. First reaction was, hell no. Like, I don't go in front of the camera. I'm like back here, right?
Right, right, right.
He said, you know what? This is another great sentence that I learned. Get comfortable being uncomfortable, because honestly, that's where great change happens. And
Mhm.
honestly, I did it. It was like, live TV is terrifying,
Oh, I
right?
can.
It is. It's like, oh, you know, just in your, get yourself worked up, like, oh my God, if I mess this up, it's in front of a billion people. But it gives you also confidence. Like, now I'm so much more comfortable. And that's thanks to all these podcasts that I do. That has helped. Still doesn't really help. Live, the only thing that helps with live TV is more live TV. But
Right. Wow.
some days we do segments that are taped ahead of time. And so that it's a lot easier.
Totally.
Because if I mess up, it's like, okay, they'll edit it out.
Right.
And that
Yeah.
just takes the pressure off you.
Right, right. Yeah, I can
But I
imagine.
really do feel that, you know, getting comfortable being uncomfortable, that thing, that's life. It's
Mhm.
exciting.
I love that.
So
Yeah,
uh,
getting comfortable with being
being
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's so good. What are some trends that you love or hate right now? Is there any
Somewhat.
like trends that you're like
Oh,
you're not
trends.
or
Oh, okay.
loving?
Well, let's just start with those ridiculous eye extensions. Let's just start with that. And
Yeah,
it's always, I don't like to generalize, but I have to in this case.
that's
I find that the people that have the biggest eyelashes are the women that work in supermarkets, the checkers.
mm,
I don't know why I noticed more of them there, but they have like a chia pet on their face, and it's it's too heavy. Your lashes are gonna break, right? And it
right.
looks so unnatural. Like,
That's the thing.
I don't know. It's awful. And obviously the ridiculous contouring and all of
Mm,
that. It's not, you know, when you're working as a makeup on a TV show or for a magazine, you know, the fun that you watch on TikTok and Instagram with people just putting all this foundation and these
mm,
colors and they blend and blend and blend. You don't have time to do that in real life.
right.
It's not. And if you think about it, look at it. You don't see anyone that looks like that in a magazine or on TV. So it's very entertaining, and and you know, I learned different things from it. Obviously, it's way toned down for
Mm,
what I have to do for my clients. That's
mm,
not real life.
right. That's a good point. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's so unrealistic and
Well, it is. It's like, if I had a client in front of me and I put that much stuff on, they'd like freak out. They really would.
yeah,
That's, you
that's
know, and rightly so.
is there like something that you wish every person would know about makeup that maybe is like not common known information?
Okay. I think mascara needs to be swiped, you know, exchanged every 2 to 3 months, dry out.
That's a good
So,
one.
and also it protects your eyes from getting infection. You know, obviously never wear a mascara with someone because it's just,
Oh,
you know, germs and everything get eye infection. Um, and I think also really taking care of your skin with the vitamin C and the sunscreen. Sunscreen is 360 a year. I don't care if it's snowing, raining, sun's out, you're in
right.
the, it needs, it's the consistency of taking care of your skin is important. Also, what you eat and drink. If you drink a lot of alcohol, you smoke, I'm telling you, it dehydrates your skin. If you want to age gracefully, omit a lot of alcohol and no cigarettes and the sun. You really, sun damage can make you age like like if you see a prune, that's what happens with skin.
Totally. Yeah, I
You
think
know,
those are really good, really, really good
and
tips. People can
and
actually,
obviously hydrating with water is super important. You know, the water and sleep, 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 sleep. Get enough sleep.
sleep is so underrated. It is so
It
important.
is. It's beauty. They call it beauty for a reason. That's real. It's real.
100%. It's so, I think it's something that is so important that we don't value enough, I think, sometimes. Like, it's like, if you lack sleep, it's like your whole 2, 3 days is completely destroyed.
Well,
Like,
and think about it also. Everything seems worse when you're tired. Like, I know that if I'm overtired, like a little thing, a monster thing. And, you know,
mm,
sometimes I just have to know, like, if I get too tired or too hungry or too thirsty to work out, or I'm just like, there's people's energy attaches to me when I'm with a lot of people, negative energy. So I have to like shields up, 1,000 feet up, 1,000 feet down, all the cracks around. I put up a barrier and like,
no, that's,
so
no, that's,
yeah, it's a lot of I think that's what the interesting thing is as we get older is learning all these things and still being open to learning new things. It's
right.
really important to, you know, we never know everything. That's why I do watch these TikToks and Instagram. Like, I think, you know, I'm open to looking at how they do things and learning from it. But I mean,
Right.
I mean, I've learned some great things as well.
Yeah, I think it can be helpful too, but yeah, there's probably some accounts that are like, "Oh boy, please don't do that." Like, yeah,
Yeah. Some of them are just, wow. I
right.
don't even know how they invented this stuff with all this contour and baking. You know, with baking is it's like they put all the makeup on and then they put the foundation on and then it's like
Yeah, how do you so do you like do you do a lot of research? Like, how do you keep up with the trends? I think that's something that some people are.
I look in magazines, I watch Instagram, Facebook, talk, and I just kind of look and I just try to keep up. I mean, you're never gonna always gonna be more and more and more. And that's just the beauty industry. There's constant change, you
Right.
know. Once sometimes it's like full. I the type of makeup that I do on my clients is I make someone look like the best version of themselves. I really don't worry about trends
Yeah.
because
You want them to be
they're
natural.
they're
Important.
irrelevant. I want people to look like the best version of themselves and bright eyes and filled in brows and make sure there's the dark circles are you know gone. And so the trends really don't affect what I do.
I love that. Now, what about your makeup? Do you venture out, or would you say that you kind of do similar things as your clients, or like how do you do your own makeup? I was always curious about that.
Oh, that's interesting. I do my own makeup. It's like I try to be open to different things, but I really focus a lot on the eyes, filling in the brows, and I get dark circles. So I'm always constantly doing like 3 or 4 layers of concealer.
Mm.
But I try to make myself look like the best version of me and highlighting my eyes and you know my skin looking good. And so I try to keep it. I try to change it and do different things.
No, I
I
love
mean,
it. Very
it's going to
flattering.
wash off, so it doesn't matter, right? You know,
Yeah.
there's no point. That's what I tell my clients. Okay, just try it once and see how you. We did a beauty dare challenge on California Live,
Ooh.
actually the last segment, and it was interesting. We've done it twice now, and for the people that wear very little makeup, we said take it up 5 notches, and the people that wear a ton, take it down 5, and see how you feel. Because people, it's so interesting. and this is either my celebrities or normal people or models, or they get so, not so much the models because they're used to just doing whatever, but
Mm,
people in real life, they're so attached to how they do makeup, which most people are doing their makeup the same as they did it in high school, even if they're 50 or 60. And so they get super uncomfortable with any change whatsoever. Like, and people really hide behind their makeup. It's
totally.
really, it was such an interesting to get the feedback from people and hear people like how they feel with their makeup different. Like I've had some people going, I can't do, I know that technically you're doing is right, but I don't feel like me. So part, like just what we spoke about earlier, if I have a client, I ask them, okay, is there certain things that, what do I need to know that you love or not like? Because everyone's got their thing. Oh, I don't like my brows too
Totally.
dark. Okay, great. So try to listen. It's really important. It's not about, that's where I think a lot of makeup artists get into trouble. They have a, they have a vision in their mind of how it should look, and they're not listening to them. And that's when the client is like going to go wipe all their makeup off.
Yeah.
Or if you're doing a trial for a wedding, like I'll say, look, this is my interpretation. See how you feel, see how you think it looks, and we'll change it if you don't love it. But just
Totally.
be open to something, because sometimes like you don't know you like strawberry ice cream until you have strawberry ice cream, right? So you
Right.
don't know if you house darker than usual. Like just give it be open. I think if people could just be open in life, whether it be their makeup, their skincare, working out, whatever, you know, make yourself be a little uncomfortable, see what happens.
Yes. That's a really, really good tip for everything in life. Yeah, I think
Everything.
people are very resistant to change, and it is always very interesting. In makeup, yeah, like I get it, but I think it is a good idea to try something new. Because what if you like do it and you're like, oh my God, I love this. This is my whole new,
Right.
like it can be, that's what I think it's fun about makeup is it's so versatile. You can try out so many different things. Just it's I think it's such a cool way to like explore.
Yes, and express yourself on how you're feeling. Some days you're going to have liner top and bottom, and then other days, no, you're just going to use a soft shadow. And it's just play around with it. You can wipe it off. It's not tattooed to your face.
That is a good point. Actually, what do you think about, or what is the best way to take off makeup? I think that this is something that people talk about often, but what would be like
What do
your,
I do? Okay, so what, like the way I like to do it, I will get like face oil,
Mhm,
like an apricot oil or some face, and I'll slather it on my face,
mhm,
makeup wipe or a tissue, and take it off. And then I bought like 30 different black washcloths at Target, and
ooh,
I get it wet with like warm water and
mhm,
wipe it all off, and then I cleanse my face. So I'm taking it off. I don't want to wipe too harshly. Like I don't, the mascara or the shadows or the liner get on your face. If you don't really lubricate that area, you can damage your lashes and your skin. So it's important to make sure that you're, you know, oil or face cream, whatever you have handy. But I think that's a good way to take it off. And then wipe it with some, warm water or cool water, whichever you prefer.
no, that's really great.
It has to come off at night, by the way.
Oh
That's
my
another
God,
thing. I
so
get people
critical.
telling, no, I can't. I get people literally telling me, I never wipe my mascara off. And I'm
Oh
like, huh, do you brush your teeth?
my
I mean,
seriously.
I compare it to that. It's like, how do you take off your lashes need to breathe. They need to grow. That you can't just keep layering on mascara and on
Oh,
and on. Like, it's gross. So
that's that's a no for me. That is
yeah.
so
Oh
important.
no, I hear it a lot. Heard a
Really?
lot. Yeah.
Well,
And I'm like, and if someone comes to me, I'm like, I always make sure with new clients, I have no makeup on. I am not wasting my time taking all this off. Like
right.
that, long time. And it's like, it's to me disrespectful. I would never, they want to show, this is my other favorite one. Oh, I just want you to see how I do my makeup. I'm like,
You're like, I got this.
I got that. I know what I'm doing. Like,
Right.
I'm going to listen to you, but it's like, if you're so set in your ways of how you want your makeup to be, then don't come to me. It's a waste of your time and my time.
Totally. I totally get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like, yeah,
Because your makeup skills aren't going to impress me. I can tell you right now,
God,
on the
no.
average,
I mean,
because,
come, you're the pro. You are the pro.
it's not that. It's just like, come on, like, go get a golf lesson or an
Mm,
art lesson from someone and go and tell them, okay, this is the way I
right.
do it.
That's a good
Like
point.
it's a waste. It's like I could be learning something so beneficial from
Mm,
some expert if I'm just listening and open.
totally. Yeah, I'm with you. What about an overrated product?
Rated? What do you,
Overrated.
overrated products? Like what's an overrated product?
Hmm.
I'm trying to think. I think there's many great products out there. I don't know if there are any. I can't pick out one that I'd say, oh, that's so overrated. I mean, you got some of these face creams that promise you the world that are like,
Yeah.
$1,000. I don't
Mm,
know if they really are.
that's a
Maybe those are, but if it see, my whole thing is if it makes you feel good and brings you joy and you feel it makes you happy, it's a great product.
that's a good way to look at it. I like
Yeah,
that.
I do because like I know I have certain I use and smells that I love, and I'm like, oh,
Oh,
they make me feel good. So then that's important.
yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Okay, so we do have some listener questions. Lot
Oh,
lots of dry skin, like foundation for dry skin. If you have any recommendations and like products to exfoliate.
okay. So I think like let's start with the skincare with the exfoliating. I think it's important to gently, not nothing too rough.
Right.
Tasha has a really great one that I like. But also, I also believe in like a reverse cleansing. So, think about it. Do you drink the water out of your faucet without filters? Most people don't. So why would you put it on your face? So think about that for a minute. So if you put on in your hand before you wash your face, a moisturizer and a cleanser, put that on your face and then put the water on. You're putting up a barrier to protect your skin from any harsh chemicals or minerals that are in the water. So let's start with, and then, for the different products, wait, what was the other part of the question?
Oh, foundation for dry
Oh,
skin.
foundation for dry skin. Okay. So it's
Yeah.
super important. Like your face is clean and prepped and moisturizing, put the vitamin C serum and then your sunscreen or a moisturizer. That is the best, and an eye cream. You want that under eye area hydrated. So it's important to put, an eye cream top and bottom of your eyes. And then foundation. Here's a great question. Do you want it darker or lighter? What is the right foundation for me? And the answer is ding, ding, ding. It is you want the foundation not to be darker, not to be lighter. You want it to disappear into your skin. That is the right color. You don't want to see it darker. It's just, you want it to be invisible. So
Mm,
that's a really helpful. And when you do, it's hard in department stores. Even I,
okay.
once in a while, have had to go get a new foundation, which I normally don't. I get it from the companies or they send it to me. Um, have light hitting your face, and it's really hard in a department store because the light's so weird.
Right.
But go towards a window or ask them, can I please go like near the door so I can see what color it is? Because
Oh,
it's
that's
very deceiving. If you're in a store and the lighting's weird and it's like, oh wow,
so
there,
hard.
and now I'm out in the world and it's too dark or too light. So
Or online. Online is also so hard. That was another question.
I don't know how anyone can find, like, I can't even do that. It's
So
impossible.
hard. Right. Because like
Yeah. I mean, there's
undertone.
no way that the colors are, you can't tell. And, everyone, another interesting thing about skin, you can put something on your face and your face will turn it a different. It's just a weird thing with our skin tone. So you really do need to touch it and feel it and put it on.
Yeah. No, that totally makes sense. That's yeah, foundations I always have trouble. I literally have to go to a store.
And get a matte one, and don't use a matte foundation because that really is drying. You want something that's going to keep your skin fresh and dewy. Matte is going to and it's going to show fine lines and wrinkles. So
Mhm.
when I put my foundation on myself, on everybody. I'll put like a little blob of it on my hand, get a
Mhm.
makeup brush, and I just, blend, and I, face and neck, because I want to protect, there's some sunscreen in that. So I want the face, the neck, the chest area. Your hands also need sunscreen, believe it or not. Our
Yeah.
hands get, like when we drive, they're getting so much sun. So it's a lot of people will really show in your hands and your neck if you don't protect it from the sun.
That is so important. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of neck. Like, make sure you're putting your sun's care
Sunscreen, your
care
sun care, your
sun care
screen.
on the neck, because you're right, that is something that really ages. So good tip for all the ladies.
That's a good
And
one.
men. What about, this is my mother. So she asked,
Oh, okay. I can't wait.
so she puts on mascara, and after it's been on for a bit, for whatever reason, it will like get on her eyelid.
Oh,
How to
hmm.
reduce, I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Okay. So that happens. Some people's lashes are really long and it'll touch. So what I will do when that happens,
Mhm.
I will just get a little Q-tip and just kind of wipe it, and then I'll add more shadow to it.
Oh, okay. That's a good call. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
So I'll put on the mascara, and you want to extend it into the outer corners. You want that to be longer. And then sometimes people, like, there's just some people that have the mascara just goes down
Mhm.
under the eye. So I will put on, like, foundation, and I'll put some concealer on, and then I'll put a couple layers of it because the
Right?
shadows coming down, or the mascara. So you just have to do it. It's better to do it in slow steps and do
Mm.
it a couple, 2 or 3 times. So
Yeah.
if that happens, just add some more concealer, and then blot it down with the makeup brush, and then add more shadow.
Mm.
That's a good question. That's a really good question, actually.
That's really helpful. What about, kind of similar to this, best product or method to stop creasing from happening? I mean, that probably has
Okay. No,
skincare.
no, no. It's okay. So, people will put powder under their eyes, and that is something I don't do anymore.
Mm.
Very rarely. I mean, sometimes I will have to do, like, it just depends. But okay, so if you put your vitamin C, your cream, and then you'll do an eye cream under the eye, use a concealer that is moist, that's not drying, and
Mm.
do it very lightly and underneath, and you want it to go all the way up to the lash line. Okay, and I'll do 2 or 3, 4 times sometimes, but it's better to do it thin than just glop it on. And
Yeah.
so
Okay.
don't put a powder under the eye, because it will show fine lines and wrinkles. You want to keep that area hydrated, not dried out.
Mm. What about setting powder? Do you like setting powder?
I like setting spray better. I mean,
Ooh.
sometimes, yeah, yeah, setting spray. Urban Decay has a great setting spray. I don't use it all the time. Like, I don't use it on myself every day, but sometimes I'll use it on a client.
Oh, that's a good call. Okay. I love
Every
that.
skin is different. You have to know your skin.
Okay.
Like, maybe on you, setting powder is great, and maybe on your mom, it's going
Right.
to show lines. So you really just have to experiment and try different things and see how it works on your particular skin.
No, that's really good. That's really good info. Um, Eyeshadow on hooded eyelids. Any tips for?
Oh, that's such a good one. Yes, we did a segment on this, on hooded eyes. So
Oh,
when you're doing your hooded eyes, everyone's eyes are so different. So if you have a really severe hooded eye, you want to keep it, the whole eyelid from the lashes up to the brow, light.
okay.
Okay. You want that, like, just start with that. You can use your foundation, your concealer, and then use like a creamy color eyeshadow, right? And if you have darker skin, you're going to use like a sheer gold. That'll give the illusion of light. So when you're in the mirror looking at this, even if you have a hooded eye, you can, like, because people with a hooded eye feel like, oh God, I can't do a crease in the eye. No, you can't. You're going to create the illusion of a crease higher up. So you're going to look in the mirror straight ahead, and you're not going to just do it down in the crease here. You're going to create a crease higher up, and
Okay.
that will give the illusion that you don't have a hooded eye.
Oh my
And you
God.
want to keep the middle part of your eye light. So
Okay.
that'll make the eye pop. So think about this. When you're putting on eyeshadow on your eyes, if you make it use a lot of dark shadow, it's going to show, your eyes are going to appear smaller. We want our eyes to appear larger. So you want to keep it light. So the lid, you want to keep it light. And if you want to add some, like, you know, up a smoky eye or add some at the crease, even with the hood, just it's in the crease there, and leave that middle part light.
This is
And
genius.
even down in here, like down into the corners of your eye, I will put, you know, foundation concealer there, but I'll also put like a light colored, creamy, whitish color right there in the corner,
I love
down
that.
into literally the corner, and it will it'll lighten it up.
I put like little like light sparkles. I don't know if you
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Oh, nice. Very
that's
nice.
like my favorite thing to do lately. And I think it really does
Isn't that's a good one. It does. I've been doing that more and more as well. And it really does, it gives a nice look.
right, totally.
I just think my whole philosophy with makeup is I like people to just, when I see them like you, I'm like, oh wow, her skin looks pretty. Um, I'm not going, oh, blue, orange, green. Wow.
Right,
Big fake
right.
lashes. I don't see that. So that's my goal with people, is just like nothing's really. So for example, if I work with a Gucci or a Louis Vuitton, they send very specific makeup instructions, which is
Oh,
pretty much nothing. They want the model to look like just
bland.
fix the bland. The fashion's
Oh,
the focus. You know, if
okay.
I'm, you know, Gucci doesn't give a crap about my makeup skills. They don't want my
Oh,
makeup to distract from the fashion. The
right.
fashion's the focal point, not the model's face. So you want them, you know, their brows to be filled in, but the skin to look, it's just very minimal. And that's an art to itself, making
Oh,
someone
for
look like they
sure.
have no makeup on, even though they have it on. You know, you want to fix any little imperfections or dark circles or whatever, and just have like bright eyes and fresh, dewy skin. But that's a whole other ball of wax to learn to do.
Right, right. Yeah, and
You
I
know,
think
because think about it, how people, it's hard to learn to make someone look like they have no makeup on with makeup on. It's easy to pile it on, but learn to do it with a very subtle light hand to enhance someone's features. That's a skill.
that's
And
interesting.
that took me a long time. It's so funny. Yesterday, I'm here in Miami at my best friend's house, and she's amazing. And she had
Oh,
all these paints out. Like, she's an artist and she's a businesswoman, CEO. She's amazing. But she was teaching me how to paint. And I'm so trained to blend, 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 that she's trying to teach me how to do layers without, because then it gets all messy. Like, if
right.
you blend too many colors, it's the opposite of makeup. So I'm having to like do the opposite of what I'm trained to do. And it's kind of making me very uncomfortable.
That's
I'm like, how can I make a face so beautiful? And like, this is really hard, but I kind of dig it. It's kind of
that's
neat to learn
cool.
something new. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That is, yeah, I think learning something new, and then when you have someone that like is helping you out and like teaching you, I think that's so fun. I
It
love
is fun.
it.
I really liked it. Like, she was teaching me. She's like, I know you're used to, I go, why am I doing this so badly? And she goes, because you're used to blending the heck out of your
Yeah.
makeup. And it's not, it's the opposite with this. So I've had to kind of learn to like do it differently, but it's
Wow.
fun.
That's fun. I really love that.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more question and then we'll get to our game, which is this or that makeup edition, which is going to be fun.
Okay.
Let's see. So I have a friend that has really bad allergies. So when she puts any makeup on, she gets super watery eyes, itchy. So she's never really been able to wear makeup. So I didn't know if you had any tips on maybe something she could try or play around with.
Wow. That's a tough one. So when I have a client, like, there's so many different hyperallergenic makeup products out there. I'd probably for sure get some that are very clean, that are not going to irritate her skin,
Mm,
and keep it simple. And also, again, super, like, if her eyes water and stuff, make sure that she has a fresh mascara, you know, every 2 to 3 months, and one that's not going to be harsh. Like, waterproof mascara is really harsh on your lashes. So I
mm,
don't recommend using that every day. I mean, I think it's great for you're getting married or
yeah.
you're going on holiday and you're at the beach and you don't want, but other than that, I would try and stick away from that.
Okay. No, that's really good info. Love that. All right, you ready for our game? I'm so
I
excited.
am. Okay.
All right, so this or that. So whichever one you prefer better. So it's makeup edition. So the first one is
Okay.
blush or bronzer.
Oh, I think I'm going to say bronzer.
Bronzer, love.
Yeah.
This is obviously in your line, but lip gloss or lipstick, if you had.
Oh, duh, lip gloss. I mean, I have lip gloss.
Love it, love it. So I've been hearing this skin tint. This is like a new thing, or at
Hmm.
least to my knowledge.
Yeah.
So would you
Hmm.
rather have skin tint or like a powder foundation?
Um, I think let's go with a powder foundation. I don't
Mm,
know, no, because the powder foundation is going to show everything. So no, the skin tint.
skin tint, love.
Yeah.
Uh, Everyone was wondering makeup brushes or sponges, beauty blenders. Which
Oh,
one?
okay. Great. I love this question. Okay. Makeup brushes for sure, because the problem is with the sponges, you can't get them clean, and so there's dirt and skin oil. It's a mess. So unless
Mm,
you're going to use them and toss them, okay.
okay, true.
Makeup brushes need to be cleaned once a week.
Mm,
Okay. So if I'm on a shoot and I've got a million makeup brushes, I disinfect, I have them, obviously. Let's just say I have one client. I'm going to
mhm.
use them for that client, but I'm getting, makeup wipes to clean it, disinfectant to clean it. And then when I'm done with the shoot, I will wash them with shampoo and conditioner and disinfectant. So they're super clean. Now, my own personal brushes, I obviously don't clean every day. And I make a point of doing it once a week. And especially the foundation brushes, like that's super
Yeah.
important, because if you think about it, you're putting foundation on your face and then just accumulates, it's kind of gross. So use your makeup brushes, take good care of them, wash them with, treat them like hair. You don't want to
Yeah.
use really, you don't want to put, like, you can also, we did this a segment on this too, different ways to clean your makeup brushes. You can use olive oil and vinegar to
Mm,
disinfect, but it also, the oil will get rid of residue and dirt. You can use soap and water, I mean, soap and conditioner, shampoo, conditioner, and then rinse them out really well, like shake them out and then dry them with the towel and then just let them air dry. But
okay.
it's so, oh, and here's another one. You know how you have like a certain amount of makeup brushes and you use one for, like, let's say the light color, only use that brush for the light color, because you are never going to get the true pigment of the color if you're using a brush that is designated for light with a dark brown. It'll never, it's just going to look really gray and dirty. So super important to kind of keep your colors of your brushes for just those certain colors.
That's a wonderful tip. Oh, I love that.
It's so basic and duh, but
Oh,
I can't
it's
tell you
good
how many
stuff.
people we're just like, oh no, I'm just going to use it. It's like, no,
Right.
it's not good.
Oh, I love that. Do you prefer mascara or false lashes?
Mascara.
Me too. Me too. Okay, so now we're gonna get into some like funny ones that I.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go.
So the first one is, would you rather wear like electric blue eyeshadow or jet black lipstick?
Jet black lipstick, I think, and I'd probably put some shadow on it to give it like a shimmer of
Ooh,
gold.
ooh, the
My
creativity.
niece, my niece, Katie Farhood, who is a very famous influencer, makeup influencer, she is she does the opposite of what I do. I make people beautiful. Well, she does too, but she does these amazing faces with like glitter, and
Oh
she's
wow.
just amazing. Like, you have to watch her, Katie Farhood. She's amazing. And
Okay.
so she has taught me, she does this thing with the black lipstick and different, you can put a blue eyeshadow on it and gives it a look. You can do gold or silver or white and see what it does. It's pretty cool. But
Okay.
check her out. She's amazing.
Oh, I totally
She
will.
is such an artist. Oh my God. She's
That is
amazing.
so
It's so
cool.
funny. I was at the Super Bowl and the girl that I was doing her makeup, Dylan, she's 15. She was looking at TikTok and she goes, oh my God, I love this influencer. I go, that's my niece. And she goes,
That's
oh
so
my God.
cool.
Like, she's like, I can't, and I go, we can FaceTime her, but she was in the middle of something. But I just thought it was so funny, like
Cool.
how, like, she is so famous and so amazing. And I just love watching what she does. She creates things. And I'm like, wow. I don't know how she does that. So I learned a lot from her.
That is
She taught me
incredible.
about the hooded eyes and the black lipstick. I didn't know about it.
Oh
So
my God.
I have to give her the credit where credit is due. Thank you,
So,
Katie.
so you must be her inspiration, I would assume.
I don't think so. No, she's my
Oh,
inspiration. Oh
oh,
yeah.
so sweet though.
Yeah,
What
she's amazing.
I love it. Okay, this one is funny too. Would you rather have lipstick that never smudges but tastes bad, or mascara that never clumps but smells like rotten eggs?
Oh, the lip one for sure.
Love
I
it.
yeah. I don't need that like have that rotten egg. No. That's
Mm,
not a good vibe.
that would be so bad.
Yeah.
Would you rather have your favorite palette smashed on the floor or have your favorite lipstick color discontinued?
Favorite lipstick. Like I'd rather have my eyeshadows. No, the lipstick because
Mm,
it's really hard to find that one. I
yes,
mean, now you have to get a little scrape of it and try and match it.
totally.
Eyeshadows are pretty generic. You can,
That is true. That's true. You can always
yeah,
find some sort of a
you can
match.
always find, yeah.
But
And I
lips,
typically use a lot of neutrals anyway. So
oh, I love neutrals. Neutrals and like a little
yeah.
bit pink or nude is my favorite.
Yes. Beautiful.
Are you like a fashion girl at all? Like, do you love shoes and clothes, or
Of
are you just
course.
okay?
Yes.
So this is
Yes.
this
Love. I
this is
love fashion. I love shoes. I love handbags. Like, I'm all about all of it.
you're a
Love,
woman
love,
after
love.
my heart. My
Yeah.
closet chock full of so much stuff. So
Yes.
this
I mean, I had a closet. My husband built me a closet just for my shoes and handbags.
that is my dream, literally.
Yeah.
It's literally my dream. Um,
Yeah.
so would you rather get rid of your entire makeup bag, like your personal one, or
Okay.
all the shoes in your closet?
Oh, all the shoes in my closet. Like I don't want to, I can't go. Here's the thing. I can't go in front of a podcast or TV looking like a disheveled mess with no makeup. So no one's going to listen to a word I have to say. If I go in front of a camera and they're like, yikes, what happened to you? Dark circles, blotches, like you can't see your eye. Yeah, no.
All right, so say goodbye to the shoes. Love it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can walk around barefoot. I don't even care.
Um, what about if you had to give up eye makeup or lip makeup? Like lips.
I'd get rid of lip for sure. The eyes
Okay,
are everything.
the
I
eyes
can
are.
like, I can stick some, cheek stuff on my lips or lip liner or something. I can figure something else out. But the
That's true.
eyes, no.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one is, would you rather have a magic mirror that applies your makeup, like you personally, or a
Uh-huh.
magic mirror that takes it all off for you at the end of
Oh, I think having a magic one that would put it on would be kind of fun. I would
Mm,
save some time, that's for sure.
right? Right?
Taking it off takes like, 10 seconds, but putting it on takes a little longer.
Mm, love it. Oh my God. This was so much fun. I'm
Oh my
so
God, the best. Thank you. I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for having me today.
of course. And please let everyone know where they can connect and find you and find all the
Yes.
things you got
So
going
you
on.
can go to ChristinaFlach.com and to look at my portfolio and different videos that we have up. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Christina Flach Makeup. Pretty Girl Makeup is PrettyGirlMkup. I'm Too Busy will be coming out soon, I hope. And that'll be imtoobusy.co. So yeah,
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here. It was such an honor.
thank you. Oh my God, it was such a pleasure. You're such a delight.
Thank you. That's so